banks need to look at how they architect their payments infrastructure. But before we talk about architecting it, it's important to understand that payments is an established business for banks, and banks have been doing it for the longest times. They've invested significantly on technology, but the pace at which these changes came in meant they couldn't do a complete rewrite and create a complete new infrastructure. What most of the established banks ended up doing is putting in layers around their legacy systems to meet the demand. Whilst this has addressed the short-term requirements, it hasn't addressed the core problem of building the next generation payment system which can address the volume requirements. It takes advantage of all the developments that are happening in cloud space to take the advantages of cloud computing and those things. So we see a lot of banks investing now that they've addressed some of these requirements, coming back into the market and addressing the core payments platform and building the next generation payments platform. If you just look at your personal life, if you were to make a payment and if you don't get a great experience, or if you're not able to make a payment, imagine you want to send money to your wife or kids and you're not able to do that, it doesn't create a great experience. So you need to build an infrastructure that addresses the future needs. And payments, the way it is evolving, we're moving towards real-time payments, it's almost invisible. You're doing certain thing and payments happens as part of it. So you need to provide payments capabilities with your clients' propositions heavily embedded in it. So you need to invest in those technologies which enable you to address your client needs, give them the solution they want to build, create the experience, help them create the experience they want to create for the customers. So that's an area we see banks investing in, and payments is such core to the bank that it can't be neglected, and they would continue to invest and build the next generation payments platform.
So in terms of balancing innovation and other expectations around that whole build buy agenda, I think we've got to a position where for things where we are adding quite a lot of value to our customer experience, so for example in our digital front end, our applications where the customers are really engaging with us with our apps, these tend to be build solutions where we can have quite an innovative and fast moving pace of internal delivery. And I think what we've done in terms of our back-end solutions, where we're looking for regulatory compliance, where we want very high performance and very high resilience, these are the places where we are leveraging joint investment, our partners' investment and our investment in our suppliers. So that's how we balance it. And I think the innovation, even in that back end where we're relying on our partners, is actually really impressive. We're working with Form 3, where we have an investment, and we're putting in place a highly innovative, high performance and highly resilient multi-cloud solution for our back end. And actually our partner there is providing that capability to us. And we're leveraging that investment to stay regulatory compliant, as well as by being relatively innovative, even though it's a back end platform.